Hi there and welcome to this yoga and creative movement session. In this class we're going to be exploring the idea of flow, how we can find more ease, more flow in our bodies, our lives and in our creativity as well. So we're going to get started seated today. So you can sit on a chair and adapt these movements if you like. You might like to sit on a cushion. Do watch the introduction video if you haven't done so already, because that'll have some helpful tips and ways to adjust the sessions if you need to, in ways that are right for you. Starting seated in whatever way is comfortable for you, doesn't have to be cross-legged. We'll bring the neck to one side and have a lovely neck stretch there. Deep breaths. One hand to the head. Press up into the hand with the head. So you're not pushing down, you're pushing up. So there's a little bit of resistance there. And if you like, you could stretch the other arm away. Breathing deeply into that stretch. This microphone's quite sensitive, so my breaths are somewhat exaggerated, but that'll give you a picture of how it might sound to you, the sound of your own breathing. And then over to the other side. Press up with the head into the hand. Nice neck stretch there. And without the hand. And then we'll take the chin in semicircles to one shoulder and the other. Beginning to move with your breath, so maybe you inhale to pause, exhale to bring the chin down on the chest and around. And then looking up, look from side to side. Just being still for a moment, observing the flow of the breath into your body, out of your body. And if you like, throughout this practice, you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, but it's completely up to you how you breathe. Do breathe in the way that feels most natural and easeful for you. After stretching the neck, tuning into your breath, let's roll back the shoulders. Often quite a crunchy part where we carry lots of stuff. Easing out that, finding a bit of flow in those movements in the joints, and then the other way. And then let's put the hands to the shoulders, bigger circles, one way and the other way. Rolling out the wrists, circles, one way, the other way. Maybe taking the wrists up and out to the sides and down again. Making flowy movements. See if you can exaggerate those movements. Make them a little bit more sweeping, a little bit more flowing. We'll take a little twist to one side. And to the other side. I'm going to keep that flowing. So this session is all about keeping gently moving, finding that flow, not staying static for too long. But do feel free to take a moment of stillness and just breathe if you need to. And we'll take that into a bit of a side bend. So hands to the floor, other arm sweeps across, and then sweep down and around. Find the other side with your hand, and then this arm sweeps across too. Perhaps we breathe in to move and out. When we get to our side bend, lovely flowing, sweeping movements. And let's make this last one. Okay, then coming up to kneeling. So you might like something to pad your knees here. I'd quite like a cushion or something soft, or a folded up blanket under one knee. Other foot goes out to the side. You can adapt this like this if you like, if that leg doesn't want to go out straight. So heel in line with your hip here, and then your foot's out at a right angle if you're doing the straight leg version. I'm going to lift up the arm, more side bends. I'm going to flow this way. Just pulsing movements here. Move with the breath if you like. Longer hold. And release. Coming to the other side. Coming down to the mat. So you can stack up this hand on a block or some books if you like. Reaching over. Going this way, opening backwards. So to the back of the room and up. Let's make 3 of those. Back to the stretch. And then creeping your way down. So flowing, we're thinking about how we're moving in between each of the poses we're doing, connecting up yoga poses and movements, rather than seeing them as static poses that are separate from each other. Okay, so same thing again this side. Find that lovely swaying movement, stretching into the side body. A little longer hold there before you sweep it down and around, bringing back in that sweep across your body into that lovely long stretch from heel to tips of your fingers, making your circles back, opening up. Watch the hand, perhaps 1 and 2 and 3 and back to that lovely lengthening, creeping your way down and forwards. Okay, so to all fours now. Again, put some padding under your knees if you want to. We're going to start to explore here, so perhaps walk your hands a little bit forward and start to explore within your downward dog. So if you make big circles with your hips, actually that ripples into your shoulders as well. Try the other way, exploring however you want to move here. You might even find there's a bit of a sort of undulation in the spine that ripples down your body, and the other way is change direction. Feel the chain reaction in your spine. Okay, then tucking the toes, arching the spine, spreading the hands wide, so fingers grounded here, heels of the hand grounded, pressing down, come back to a downward dog and walking out the feet. Remember, you can skip these more active poses. If they're too much for you, just do something else. And here we're going to bend the knees, come forward and come back. It's a bit more of a flow here. Bend the knees and forward and back. One more time. And drop the knees, rest. Take a breath. And then coming up to standing safely. So you're pressing up onto the feet, rolling up, flowing up to standing. Coming to the front of your mats, reaching up, down, bend the knees, coming forward, halfway lift, flowing back down to the ground, stepping back, Wave forward into your plank. Drop the knees if you like. Then dropping the knees gently, wave down to the mats. Hands by your side. Cobra or slightly higher if you like. Look after your lower back though. Down to the floor, tuck the toes. And then child's pose or downward dog if you like. And then either walk the feet forward or walk the hands back to the feet. Halfway lift, ripple up, ripple down, forward bend. Reaching up to the ceiling, flowing the hands back down to the heart. Okay, I'm going to go through that twice. I'll turn the other way so you can see my other side. I'm not going to speak for those. You can just watch or join in if you like. Reaching up. Off we go. I'm doing this at your own time, you don't have to do it at the same speed as me. I'm going to take a breather between that one and my last one, because it really gets your energy flowing. Hopefully your energy's moving now, flowing through your body. Take a break if you need to. Do have a drink as well, if you've got one handy. These sessions will all contain a little bit of improvisation, because rather than just teaching yoga, I also teach movement and teaching you how to discover your own movement. I think that's really important for us all to explore the ways our body can move rather than being told how to move them. So today, because our theme is flow, let's look at a very small movement. So if you've got music on, you might like to move to the music. If not, you can just do this in silence. So I'm going to pick a part of my body and move it. So say my hand. Let's all start with a hand, just, to ask an example. So if I start to move my hand, I'm just going to start making a movement, not thinking too hard about it, just seeing what my body wants to do. And I'm going to start making with that movement quite small. Then I'm going to take that movement bigger. So again, just without overthinking it, seeing how your body would like to move as that movement gets bigger, involving more of your body. How does it feel to make that movement on a bigger scale? And maybe it changes direction, maybe it goes up, maybe it comes down, maybe it becomes very small again, maybe it changes to a different body part, say an elbow. I'd recommend trying this to no music and to music, because it's really quite fun to music, and then it's quite kind of mindful in silence. And then maybe it transfers. If you've been using like your upper body, what then happens if you take that movement into different parts of your body? So I'm working with circles here, as you can see. Maybe that circle comes, inside you, and so on. Your movement might be something like, or your movement might be something like, just really play with it and discover some movements that feel interesting to you to explore. And hopefully moving like this puts us more in touch about how our bodies can flow without really thinking about it too much. We'll come down to the mat now, just to end this movement session. Have a little bit of a stretch. So slight bend in the knees. If you want to put something under your knees, trying to lift up, so you might like to just shuffle onto your sit bones. Sit on a cushion if you like. Roll the shoulders back, reaching up, reaching forward. You might just come to here, that's fine, but we're looking for a nice lengthened spine rather than rounding like this. So take the shins, ankles or feet if you like, working with your hamstrings, your lower back here. So stretching from the crown of the head. On the inhale, fold a little deeper. On your exhale, a few nice deep breaths here. And then unfurling. So you can take these stretches for much longer if you like, if you're finding them useful. Just pause the video. Seated twist, we'll bring our one of our legs in, and the gap between your foot and your leg is about a hand's width. Okay, so nice and tall. Wave one hand back behind you, reach forward, wrap that knee, look over your shoulder, growing taller, and then exhale. Breathing here, inhale, grow a bit taller. Exhale, releasing around into the twist. As you breathe, giving your insides a nice massage and kind of stimulating the flow in all those organs. Okay. And coming back, gently unraveling, we'll come round to the other side. I'm going to turn round so you can see me. I'm not turning away from you. Other leg in, wave the hand back, reach forward, grab that knee, and gently twist, growing taller from the lower back up to the top of your head, releasing round into that twist. And just a note on background noise, I'm not sure if you can hear any ducks there in the background, but I'm based on a farm, so I don't edit background noise out of my videos because, it's part of the flow of life of where I have my studio, where I make these videos. So all part of the flow. Couple more breaths. And then coming back to centre. So you can choose whether to sit or lie down to end. I might lie down, I think. Right. Coming to lie down in whatever position is comfortable for you. Just feeling your body on the floor, or your body sitting on the ground if you're sitting. Tuning into the breath again, noticing it flowing into your body and out of your body. And when you're ready, Stay there for as long as you like. Just turn the video off if you like, or roll over to one side. Come back up to sitting. And if you like, you can move on to the art part of this session. Using whatever art materials you have available, draw or paint what the idea of flow means to you. You might think of literal things, symbols, it might just be colours and shapes. Remember, no one has to see this, it's just for you. Thanks for taking part in this session, and if you enjoyed it, do check out the others in this series.